Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a bit of TFCon DC 2017 post coverage breakdown from stuff that I did, and I'm going to talk about the things that I got at the convention. So here is everything that I got at TFCon DC 2017 this year. Of course I got it this year because it was in 2017. The first of the things I remember that I got was Menasaur from Transformers Cybertron. He doesn't come with the Cybertron Key, and he is a bit dusty, but it's Cybertron, and he does come with his Minicon partner Heavy Load, which is very nice, and it's very neat how he stores inside Menasaur's chest there. He's got the big drill arm claw things going on. I tried working a Cyber Key, but I think his batteries must be dead, or he's another toy that got his battery pack muted for his gimmick. I'm not positive, but I think he was an Ultra Class, so he should still be able to operate that battery. I feel like I got something else the same time I got Menasaur, but that might have been it. If I find it, if I see it, oh wait, never mind, found it. I also happened to get Buzzsaw from the same table. This is Beast Machine's Buzzsaw, and he's a weird organic wasp. And like, I'm not crazy about the Beast Machines a whole lot. Like, it's not terrible. I'm not saying like it's a bad show. It's enjoyable. It's just not interesting to me in terms of toys, especially with a lot of the main show characters. But Buzzsaw here is very interesting in how he transforms. He's just really weird, and he was cheap at that stand, so I picked him up from there, the same stand I got Menasaur. And also from the same stand, I also finally managed to pick up a Titan's Return Rewind retail price, which, considering how some of the stands were charging this stuff, is very good. Yeah, Autobot Rewind. Can't wait to get him out of that packaging. What else? I don't remember the order of everything. That was just lucky. I did end up getting 2 sets of Optimus Primal and Megatron in their Bat and Gator forms. These are Beast Wars toys, but they were like the first Beast Wars toys, but like, I guess before they decided, oh hey, let's make them a gorilla and a purple T-Rex. And they were going to be a Bat and a Gator, and these were the original designs for them, and they got made as toys, and then this is them. And I got 2 of them because they were in they were sold together in a pack for $30, so I'm probably going to try to use one of each of them as trade fodder at some point. But I do have a copy of some early Beast Wars. Let's see what else we got. Speaking of Beast Wars, here is Beast Wars Transmetal Air Razor, one of the first Transformers to one of the first. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the gun pontoon things, and I don't know how to work it right now. But why am I doing that right now? I don't know. But anyway. Oh, found it. She is the first female Transformer to get a toy that was designed to be female from the onset, because she had a regular form toy that was released, but that was designed to be male, and it's just the cartoon creators decided to make her female. Black Arachne had a toy, but that was a retool from Tarantulas' body, and RC never had a toy. So, and then there was a convention exclusive called Night Racer that was female, but that was also taken from another toy. So first female toy designed to be a female in Transformers. So yeah, I got her. She's also weird because she's supposed to a bird, but also supposed to transform into this weird pontoon boat thingy, and it doesn't work. Same stand I got her at. I did pick up a green Universe Striker, and he is certainly interesting. He is very much an interesting boy, and he's just funny with the green color, and I can do feed me, say more. That's the main reason I wanted this toy, because I could do the feed me, say more, feed me all night long stuff with him, even though this doesn't like actually lock into place, which is slightly unfortunate. I thought this would lock into place, but hey, I can work with it. And I got, if I didn't say it before, I got Striker at the same stand. I got Airazor. What else? Ooh, this is a fun one. Cybertron Vector Prime complete. Now, the stand that sold him to me in this packaging, which was a 2-pack with Voyager class Starscream, though not in Starscream colors, even though that was the only version of the Voyager mold sold during the Cybertron toy line. But I didn't care because I just wanted Vector Prime. I was really looking for it. I was so happy I found Vector Prime. Like, I didn't even like think of like focusing on looking for him, and I just happened to stumble upon him at a good price, and he's here. The funny thing though was like the guy said it was in the box, and like we thought, and like we were looking, but he said the key was in Vector Prime. This cyber key was in Vector Prime's chest, but it wasn't, and we were looking throughout the box, and the guy gave, and I was like, oh, I knew I had it. I knew it was in there, and then like the guy gave me contact information so I could like tell him, hey, this is where you can ship it to when you find it. And then Alyssa ended up finding it at the bottom of the box somewhere. I guess it got hid in a corner and stuck, and it got jiggled out or something. I don't know, but we did find it, so I do have complete Vector Prime, and I am very happy about that. Here, who we got next? I did pick up a G1 toy. I picked up a G1 Ram Horn, and this is cool because you haven't seen him on my channel yet, but I did get a G1 Blaster picked up at a local toy store, a comic book store. I mean, they had like a whole stack of G1. I ended up picking up a Blaster, and then I ended up getting a Rewind off of eBay, and now I've got a Ram Horn to add to them. Hopefully he'll be reviewed soon. I do plan on reviewing all of this. It's just gonna take some time. Probably by the time this gets out, a couple of these will have already been reviewed, but all of them will be reviewed eventually. Oh, there she is. Okay. So, before I even got to the convention, I was talking on Twitter with Headmaster Dawn Ferguson, or just Dawn Ferguson, for if you don't know him. You wouldn't know him if you're not a Transformers fan. He's just a big name in the Transformers fan. He works on Radio Free Cybertron, the Transformers podcast, and he's highly notable for being dude that really, really, really wanted a Headmaster RC. And he was trying to sell some stuff online for the convention, and I saw that he was selling a Rip Claw from the Prime Beast Hunters toy line, and I was interested in her because she's a she, and it was for $10. Like the packaging was a little obviously kind of open, but like it was completely fine, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Then I ran into him at the convention, and he took me up to his room and to give it to me, and it was like, hey, is there anything else you were interested in? And then I saw he had Cybertron Downshift, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that too. And I cannot wait to get these open either, and I got the two of them from him. So thank you, Headmaster Dawn, Dawn Ferguson. I also did get an autograph from him. We'll get to the autographs later on. In terms of other package things, I did pick up a Protectobot Groove from the Combiner Wars. This was never sold in the stores. It was only sold online, but I never ended up getting it when it was available. So and he never got full. He was one of the original 5 Protectobots, but because being a motorcycle doesn't make sense with the other limbs, they decided to kick him off from being one of the main limbs and replaced him with Rook. But Japan was still like, yeah, you know what, we're going to give you Groove because we're also going to give you Light Speed for Computron. So then eventually Hasbro decided to release it in the States, and then I never got it until now. So I have Groove, and then Computron's probably going to change in the display. This is a good one. Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Prowl, the Owl. I've looked at this guy and I'm like, that just looks fun. That's what I like about the Beast Wars. They just look fun because they're so different from the monotony of cars and trucks. And it's because like you could always do something cool with something, but there's so many cars and trucks, there's only a limit to how many different ways you can transform them. So like certain parts are going to always be certain parts, so after a certain amount of time, yada yada. But the animals have a lot of different variety, and since they don't touch upon animals a whole lot, you get some really unique transformations that you rarely see anywhere else out of some Beast Wars characters. And Prowl just looks like a whole lot of fun. And he's also got an eye. He's also only got one eye. He's got an eye patch, if you can see that. You'll probably see that a lot closer when I get to actually reviewing him. And then I also picked up a Quickstrike, Beast Wars Fusor's Quickstrike, who is a Scorpion Cobra Hybrid. He was one of the last toys I ended up picking up. He was at a table. I saw a Silverbolt at that table earlier, and I was like, I'll come back to it. This was the last purchase I made at the convention, and I was trying to like figure out what my last purchase was going to be. And then I was going to pick up Silverbolt. He wasn't there, but Quickstrike was there, so I picked up Quickstrike. They also had a Cybertron Megatron, and I was like, I can't even look at that price tag because if it's a good price, I know I'm going to want it. So I just looked away, and then Alyssa told me after the convention, I was like, that was a good price. Darn it. But since it's not in my view, I'm not upset that I missed it, but darn, that would have been cool. But yeah, I did get Quickstrike, and boy, is he fun. Is he just interesting and fun. I'll talk more about it in the review, but he is a Scorpion Cobra Hybrid, which is why he's got he's just all weird. Another Beast Wars toy I got was Transmetal Rat Trap. And funny thing about him, I was looking at a stand, and I saw that they had a Rat Trap, and I saw it was $10. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And then I noticed a lot of the red chrome had flaked off, and I was like, oh, that's why. And then I went to another stand a little later after that, and I was like, oh, a lot of the red chrome is still there. So yeah, and this is only $5 more. That's definitely worth it. He obviously still has some bits of scratching, but it's not as severe as the last time, as the other one I saw. So yeah, I got a Rat Trap. More Cybertron is to come, but I did pick up Cybertron Landmine, and holy crap, I don't know why. Like Cybertron was my first series, and I didn't end up getting a whole lot of the toys, and like out of the ones like I've missed, like one of the big ones I've like really wanted to get has been Landmine. Vector Prime, obviously, for like most of them's been character like Vector Prime, Megatron on them, but like besides that, it's like Landmine. I'm just like, I have no idea what draws me to Landmine so much, and I'm just like, yeah, Landmine, I had to have him. And well, now I do. So we can move on from there. I picked up Animated Ratchet. He's the only animated toy I got, and I'm actually kind of surprised at myself that only Animated Ratchet was the one, because I did see some other animated stuff, and like animated was the time where I was kind of like, I still watch the cartoons, but I was like back and forth if I wanted to get the toys, but I didn't really get them during animated, though I definitely remembered I wanted Blur a whole freaking lot. But I did get Ratchet, and the anime collection will be has started to expand. He's only my third figure from animated, but I love animated so much, so it's gonna get bigger, and at some point. Certainly not anytime soon. I did pick up a GoBot. If you don't know, the GoBots were another toy line from the 80s about shape-changing robots. And one of them was this fellow, Bolt. And he's just so weird and dorky and quirky and just tiny, and that's kind of my appeal with the GoBots. They like just weird, quirky, and tiny. Yeah. I mean, I can also describe the mini bots from G1 about the same way, weird, tiny, and quirky. Yeah, so that's Bolt. One of the last purchases I made was right as I was going to one of the last panels. And the guy was sitting at the bottom of the stairs, and he had a lot of stuff set up, and I was just like in a quick look, and then he showed me he had Galaxy Force Sound Blaster with Buzzsaw, which is black and gold and red and silver repaint of Soundwave from Cybertron. Well, this is Galaxy Force is Cybertron in Japan, is the name of Cybertron in Japan, but this came out in Japan exclusively. And he sold it to me for a very reasonable price for a Japanese exclusive toy, with free crosswise from Cybertron, and like, damn, I'm very pleased. This looks so nice. Sorry, Soundwave, you look great too, but boy, does this look nice. I'm gonna move on very briefly because the last couple of stuff is like really, really special. Some written stuff I got, well, not, this isn't written, but I got an Autobot decal for my car. I got a sketchbook from Alex Milne, and he drew me a very nice Soundwave in the inside cover. I got an art book from by Josh Burcham, and on his inside cover he drew me a very nice Dinobot, and boy, both of these art books are wonderful. They put out some great art. I am quite pleased with getting these, and some interesting designs and some just design specs from work they've done, and that's very nice. Also, I was planning on getting James Roberts' signature, which I did. I didn't think I was going to get anything because I figured, oh, he's just going to sell comics that I already have. But he was selling scripts from some of his comics that could get signed. And I picked up issue 50, the first part of Remaining in Light, How Bright Their Frail Deeds. And I haven't had a chance to read it, but like, the script is great because it looks so fancy on the front, like how it's made, it looks so fancy, but if you look on the inside, it's just like the word, it's like how you make comments in Word, because this does have comments to it. That's the part was part of the appeal, is that there were comments about the original script, and yeah, it's just comments on like in a Word document, like very simple and like very nicely made. As a special note of gratitude, I do want to thank the lovely Alyssa. She did draw this cat Soundwave for me. This was a gift to me for our anniversary from a few weeks ago. It wasn't ready, but she made this for me, and boy, does that look nice. Wouldn't you agree, Soundwave? Yeah, I think you would agree. It's not Ravage. Ravage may get jealous. I know you don't have Ravage, but other Soundwaves do. And yeah, What if Soundwave had a Ravage that could transform into something that would fit in his chest? Okay, now I'm getting off track. She gave me this nice Soundwave. She also gave me some ruby pins of some of the creatures of Grimm on them. And as a very special thing, because I was concerned about going over budget a little bit, she actually bought these two for me. Roulette and Shadow Striker from the 2003 BotCon, still mint in box. And this was surprising. This, I think, is surprisingly cheap for something this old. Mint in box. It was only $45. I would have expected, and it was a convention exclusive too. That's surprisingly cheap in my eyes. It's not. Oops, sorry, Soundwave. It's not been opened. The plastic is still on there. So it's a little. There's a little tear at the bottom, but that's minor, if anything. And it was only $45, and I'm like, I could not pass the opportunity, though my money, the budget was not agreeing with me. But Alyssa was very kind in getting me this. She did for a couple of years ago, we were at a different convention, and since it was close to my birthday, she said she would get me a gift from some. She could get me something I wanted from the convention for my birthday, but she never got it, and this is kind of fulfilling that kind of a debt. But this is so nice. This is so very nice, and I cannot wait to open this. So again, thank you, Alyssa, for all of that. I just dropped the last Transformer I got, but that is the money. But first, I will show off all of the signatures I got from the convention. First was Jack Angel's. Jack Angel, the voice of most notably Ultra Magnus, Astro Train, and a bunch of others. He did accidentally go over to the next page a little bit because of just how this first page was. So I've learned that page should not have been signed upon, but that's there. And then we skip over, and then I got Neil Ross's signature. And then I got Aaron Archer's signature from the convention with a nice, with a nice Optimus there. Give me a second to reset Soundwave and Wheeljack there. You also got James Roberts' signature right there. I know it's his because it's the same signature from the script, even though it doesn't look at all like James. He even jokingly commented that eventually, at first it was so hard to do signatures, and then it's getting so easy, and eventually it's just gonna look like a big circle. Crap. I can't remember who signed this. I'll probably have a note on here when I figure it out, or I'll say it later when I figure it out, but someone signed this and drew a very nice Optimus. I have to remember. I think this was Josh Bursham. I think that was him. I'm pretty sure that's who I got next. Because also, I'm pretty sure this one was, that was definitely Josh, and this one it was Alex Milne, because I remembered this was a very similar post to how he drew the Soundwave for me. And then I got there's Headmaster Dawn Ferguson signature there, with signatures are so hard to read, and now I'm blanking on who I got the signature from. It was it was... You're sitting right next to Josh, and I got into the second day, and he does Andrew Griffith. You know who I'm talking about, hopefully. Andrew Griffith signed that, and then Sarah Pitre Durocher. I don't know how to say that last name, but there's Sarah. Signature after she was sick, and I actually got her signature. And then the last thing that I got at the convention, what I would say was my holy grail of this entire TFCon. I wasn't even planning on looking for it, but I found it and I got it. Transformers Cybertron Primus. And holy crap, it was worth it. I said in my video vlog that I would focus on getting smaller things as opposed to larger things that I could get for a similar amount, that I would get more things rather than big things. Well, things that cost a lot of money, but like for the price that I got them at, it was a very good price for what this toy was. He's got... some of his towers are a little warped, but they're soft or pre-plastic, so with enough hair dryer stuff, I could probably fix all of that. And he's such in good shape, and he's so wonderful, and oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness, his fists were not out. Whoops. Yeah, that's Primus, and that's everything I got at the convention. I thought this was going to go in the middle of my convention wrap-up vlog, but it's probably not going in there now. Or the podcast, convention wrap-up podcast, probably not going in there now. So, yes. Oh, also, can totally not forget the bags. The free bags that I made such a deal with during that, well, you probably haven't seen it by the time this gets out, but the bags I make such a big deal about in my vlog of it. I got 2 bags. I got one of these bags, and Alyssa got one of these bags for TFCon. And then here is the other bag. We got... this came from AJ's Toy Chest, who is where I got Menasaur and a Rewind and Buzzsaw, and I got Ratchet from them the second day. And then also Captured Prey, who I haven't heard about, but they seem very nice people. Sponsor me. I'm just kidding. Oh, they probably won't even care about me where my channel stands at this point. But anyway, I also got a bag from Captured Prey, who I haven't heard about, but you know, they seem very nice. Big Back Toy Store and TF Source are the big ones I've heard about. Maybe I'll check them out. But yeah, that's everything I got from TFCon this year, and that was a lot of fun. I am so happy I went. I'm glad about everything I got. There's other stuff I could have got. There's stuff I let get away from me. I let a Tarantulas get away from me. I let one, I can't remember, I think I want to say it's Beast Fire Predaking, get away from me, but I'm sure I'll run across them again, the Cybertron Megatron, I let a Silver Bolt, a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, I got a lot of cool things, and I'm excited for more conventions of Transformers and stuff, and toys and stuff, but certainly none for the rest of the year, unless something pops up that I learn about and I'm like, oh hey, let's try this out. But anyway, that's all I have to say. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like this video. Please like and share this video. I'm gonna start that again. So that's all I have to say. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.